Hey, nice and warm and sunny out there today after that kind of flip-flop weekend we talked about. I really didn't think either day was all that bad.
No, we were talking about
great.
like Sunday there was a couple of showers, but they were quick and light, and it turned out to be nice overall. This whole week, within reason, is nice. Wednesday's our cloudy day, but I mean, even that's probably not cloudy for everyone. So that's where we're at, man. It's,
that's the good news.
Yeah, that's where we're at. No, I know it's just crazy because we just keep going through the same vibe here, right, as far as staying dry. 73 in Portland, 77 in Wiscasset, 74 in Bangor. Those are the high temperatures today. Average high 72, so in that ballpark. A lot of sunshine out there, visible satellite with just a couple of clouds across southern Maine, but generally speaking, clear. It'll be clear tonight as well. Temperatures drop down through the 50s. That's most of the night spent in the 50s. Briefly 48, 49. But it's not going to be all that cool for this time of the year. Tomorrow's a lot like today, basically the same day. Mid-70s, upper 70s in a lot of spots. Coastline's a tad bit cooler, probably a little bit warmer across northern Maine and the mountains when compared with today, but I mean, we're talking a few degrees. It's going to be nice. It's going to be sunny statewide, and then clouds come in on Tuesday night. And this pattern, again, is a lot like last week, where we had a storm miss us to our south and east on Wednesday. So the rain stayed away, but we saw some of the clouds over the top. Now, if last week was any comparison here, we didn't have nearly as much cloud cover as this model projected. So we'll keep an eye on that. But I did put more clouds in the forecast on Wednesday. Temperatures still around 70 to 75, and an isolated chance for a shower. You can see just a few of them. Probably, though, the vast majority of the state, 95%, at least of the state, is dry on Wednesday and Wednesday night when we have that other small chance of a shower as that storm moves offshore. That's about as interesting as it gets for us, is a storm missing us on Wednesday into Wednesday night. We'll probably linger some of that cloud cover on Thursday morning along the coastline especially, so you might wake up on Thursday and it's still fairly cloudy. But then we move that storm farther away and it looks pretty warm on Thursday, temperatures to around 80. A second front comes through on Thursday afternoon, and that just drops our dew points and our temperatures a bit on Friday. Again, exactly like last week. We did the same thing last week. We had a dry front come through on Thursday afternoon. It was cooler and crisp on Friday, and then we've got a high coming down. Ryan and I were joking about Todd's wording here for Saturday. He has chilly blast in here. I don't know, I wouldn't go that far, or if we do, I don't know what we're going to say in January when it really happens, but it will be crisp certainly on Saturday, and then gets a little bit warmer on Sunday. So, running the models through here for the next week, there's your storm that misses us on Wednesday night. Thursday misses by a good margin. There's your front coming through Thursday night into Friday morning, and then just high pressure in place on Saturday. Sunday, some high thin clouds over the top of that ridge, but otherwise good. And you have to go until late next week for one of the models to show us some rain, and it is not both of the models that we like to use, just one. So we'll keep an eye on that. By the way, worth noting, it doesn't get sticky, but it gets kind of neutral here on Tuesday and again on Thursday. So it's say 80 with a dew point near 60. So it won't feel quite as fallish there, but then boom, right back down off our scale here on Friday and Saturday with dew points in the 30s on Saturday morning. Temperature trend corresponds. It's a bit coolish Saturday with highs in the 60s for most of us. So yeah, it's a nice stretch. It's funny, we had talked about this over the last few weeks, how we kind of shut it down early as far as heat, but if we keep hanging out around 70 to 75, all of a sudden that's going to be kind of warm. You know what I mean? Like
come October?
Yeah, the climate is the averages are getting lower and lower, and now it's starting to get above average just by staying the same.
Right.
That's actually been my whole career. You just try to just stay the same and see if you can trend above average eventually. So that's where we're at.
It's called consistency.
Yes, that's what people say. Obviously, we could use some rain, but in the meantime, just enjoy it.
All right, sounds good, Keith.